is a really important part of your tracking is a really important part of your business. And the one thing that I'm going to explain real quickly in this sequence is it's called a Pray to Stars quarterly contest. Now, you track yourself weekly, of course, with a weekly summary sheet, and you try and run by whatever monthly contest that I run as your director, or if you have another director that she runs, usually monthly. This is what we call a quarterly contest. Our company is broken down into 4 quarters in the year, and so the one we're currently in right now would be at the top, and it's always written usually at the top of the page up here. Okay? And so every quarter, when you're trying to be a star consultant, and that's how the company runs their quarters, there's these other quarters that you could try and be in also. This is one of my favorite things I coach women on, to become a balanced consultant, to become to become a little bit more balanced so that they're working full circle. This is the key. If a woman comes to me and she says, Linda, I would like to win a car. Linda, I would like to be a director. I have to get you very balanced in various different categories. Okay? You can go out and sell Mary Kay, and you can go out and do the various different things we do. But until you get a good balance of doing everything, that is when you're working full circle. And that will put you into a Mary Kay car, and that will move you up into the position of directorship. Now, as I explain this sheet, like I said, every quarter, the quarter will be listed at the top, what quarter you're currently working. Okay? So, the one category will be the quarter faces. And what you're going to do is, this is a minimum 30. Minimum 30 is what a minimum working person does that just wants to make a little extra cash flow for Mary Kay. But if you did 30 faces in the quarter, you would be turning over, a little bit of cash, and you'd be able to build a little customer base. Now, somebody that wants to be becoming a director or more full-time, you're going to have to take this number and multiply it times 3. But this is the minimum that I would suggest you doing. Now, faces is the first category you need to work for. So when you're doing faces and you're doing party, whether by one-on-one faces or you're doing parties, you will be making this business go forward, and you'll be building your business. So this is the most important category you could be in. And what you're going to do is then when you go out and do faces, you are just going to track yourself. You are just going to make little hash marks or whatever you do to track yourself to see where you're at. Another good thing, too, is sometimes divide the sheet about halfway so that you know where halfway point is, so that you know a checkup, where am I at halfway, okay? Most people just fail to track themselves in this business. So that's how I want you to kind of do it. Or you could put numbers or hash marks, whatever you want to do. But you're going to track yourself now in how many faces you do in a quarter. And basically this information is taken right off your weekly summary sheet. So this sheet should be, again, in front of your face the entire quarter, and you should be looking at it. And so when you put things on a weekly summary sheet, you just quickly put it on this sheet by each week. Okay? So again, we're focused on doing faces. Faces, parties, one-on-one, groups of parties, anything you can do. Do faces. Put product on the faces. It's the #1 name of the game. Then, another very important aspect of the business is to bring guests. Now, bringing guests to a meeting, any function, a Mary Kay meeting, a Mary Kay guest night, call them a girls' night out, call them anything. Okay? But you're going to start bringing guests. Because if you start bringing guests, you will also sell product. You are making yourself very productive by using your time wisely. If you're going to come to a Mary Kay meeting yourself, you are now bringing guests, and you're usually going home with an order and a sale, and or possibly even a recruit. Because we know one of the best ways to build a team is by bringing people into our Mary Kay group and really just showing them what we do. And that's what bringing guests is so vital. And so when you bring a guest, again, just give yourself a hashtag or a 1 or a 2 or however you want to add it up as you go. But again, this is the minimum that you should be bringing. Okay? Now, look at the next category. It's called basic sold. Basic sold is, again, goes back to doing faces, doesn't it? Do faces, bring guests, you will sell basics. Selling basics is what you have to do to build a long-term business. You want skincare customers. You can sell all the glamour you want, but you know what? The name of the game in Mary Kay is to have people be wearing our skincare. They'll wear it forever. I have customers that I still have from the very first week in my business. So selling basics is the name of the game if you want to build a solid business. So, now that can be any basic though. That can be a men's basic. That can be a Clearproof basic. That can be a Time-Wise repair. That can be a Time-Wise. It can be a botanical line. It can be anything. And and with or without the foundation, just sell a skincare. And that's what a basic is for. And again, you will just track yourself as you go, like that. And again, tracking yourself as you go through the quarter. So that's what selling basics is all about. Huge in your business. So see, again, we're now selling basics. We're bringing guests. We're selling basics. We're bringing guests. It's just a little circle. You're going right around the circle. And then usually, if you do these faces and you sell these basics, guess what? You'll be selling some retail sales. Retail sales is right off the sales ticket, or retail sales is right off of the weekly summary sheet. So again, the sheet should lay closely by your weekly summary sheet somewhere. And then every time you have a $300 week, you are going to write in, I had a $300 week, I had a $1,000 week, I had a $220 week, okay? And as you go down, then you are going to be adding these figures, and this better be the minimum. Okay? That is your retail sales right off your weekly summary sheets. So, do you see how we're going right around the circle? Now, usually again, if you're over here doing faces and you're bringing guests and you're selling basics and you're having fun, okay, you'll probably find your first recruit or your second recruit or get yourself into your red jacket. A recruit is just going out there being excited about what you're doing, going out there showing the product, and somebody's going to want to join this business, I guarantee you, if you're mentioning it. So when you get a qualified recruit, you might want to write in here and you might want to say, I just recruited Linda. Okay, and go on down and keep track of who you're recruiting in the quarter. Now, this is again, the minimum is 2 qualified. A qualified means they did a $600 order in the quarter. Okay, that's what makes them qualified. So that's what you're tracking there. But again, you got to do the faces to find the people. Now, the wholesale. This is wholesale orders placed to the company. This is, again, where our Star Consultant program is based off of. 1,800 is Sapphire, 2,400 is Ruby, 3,000 Diamond, 36 is Emerald. And we even have a Pearl level that's over the Emerald. Now, these are just keeping track of what you order. Again, if you're doing $300 weeks, you'll be able to place a $600 order at the end of every calendar month. So let's say you start out and you do a $600 order. Okay, now the goal is for the rest of the quarter is to finish it up to either be 18, 24, 3,000, or 36. That's kind of what we're shooting for. Now, let's say you're just starting, Mary Kay, and you're going to get your first order in. And let's say you're going to do the biggest order there is. There we go. You could put your inventory in there right there, and you'd start out being a Star Consultant for your very first quarter. So this is buying the product, this is selling the product, but it will all go together if you do the faces. And if I had one thing to encourage a person, if you really want to build this business and you really want to move up in the career path, you have to figure this sheet out. You have to figure out how to work full circle. But I guarantee anybody, if I can get a woman that will be in all these courts one quarter, and she can do it another consecutive quarter, I can get her in the sales director's suit. So when I say this is the map to put in a car in your driveway, or this is the map to become a sales director, I really hope you take a look at this sheet and pay attention to it, because a goal that is tracked is one that can be reached. So I really hope you pay attention to this quarterly sheet.